recently named after he passed away. That takes about 45,000 people, that stand. The brown area, the brown seats area, is the Australian Football League stand. They have a section there for them, the Australian Football League. If we come around this side, you came in the Olympic stand. Built in 2006 for the Commonwealth Games here. If we go across a bit, you can see light green and dark green seats. That's the Melbourne Cricket Club members stand. And right through onto the western side over here is the Bill Ponsford stand. Now, Bill Ponsford was an Australian batter back early. He batted with Bradman, in fact, opened the batting with Bradman. So there are 3 stands on this side, and they take about 55,000 people. So we've got 45,000, 55,000. The total capacity is 100,024. Got a mound like a lot of grounds because the plumbing, the drainage underneath was done for the Commonwealth Games. It is really efficient, so we don't need to have that mound. There are about 7 wickets placed in the middle of the turf each cricket season. They're not there all year. When the football season starts, the big machine comes in, picks up the pitches and takes them out. And they're stored over at Richmond Footy Ground, near Richmond Footy Ground, in this park for the winter season, and they're looked after there. And when football's finished, the next day, in comes the big machine. They dig out the middle, put a new layer of sand there, and lay the pitches down, about 7 of them. Now cricket, this is the north, that's the south. That used to be called the Great Southern Stand before it was changed. So cricket's north to south. Football is east to west, okay? So the goal posts are at either end, near the scoreboard area. Okay. Now, O to LED. And I don't know who did it, but they've changed them all now. And by doing that, they halved their electricity consumption for the whole stadium. That's how inefficient the old ones were. The LED, the big advantage, when you turn them on, they come on. The old lights, they turn them on and they take 20 minutes to light up eventually. So the Melbourne Cricket Club is very focused on environmental sustainability. So they've got lots of projects to try and make this ground much more efficient with renewable energy particularly. Okay, now the ground itself is about 171 metres long and about 146 wide, and it is a beautiful oval shape, as we'll see when we go up into the stands. It's a beautiful oval shape. Social behaviour side, can you see that? That's where the timekeepers for football sit. We're going up and have a look at that a bit later up there at the top. But that's where the time, and you can see those black things hanging on the front of it. That's the siren for the football, okay? Different for the cricket, of course. All right. Okay. We're in the Olympic stand here. We're now going to move into the Melbourne Cricket Club member stand. Along the corridor, the Melbourne Cricket Club has a number of sporting teams that represent it in local competitions around Melbourne. So they have a Melbourne Cricket Club, they have a Melbourne Football Club. Can you see a red seat there? The red seat? The red seat indicates that's where the biggest 6 was hit into the members' stand from up the other end of the pitch and landed in that seat there. That's the biggest 6 hit into the members' stand. The biggest 6 hit into the ground is in a different spot. Let's cast our eyes over to the brown seats and go up 1, 2, 3, and you can see a crown sign there. Can everyone spot that crown sign up on the 3rd level? Go across into the blue seats. Can you see a yellow seat? Bill Laurie was a Victorian batter and an Australian batter, and the captain of Australian many years. So this is the Bill Laurie Indoor Cricket Centre. There are 6 pitches inside, and there are 2 outside that are turf wickets. The surfaces here are varied so that they try and replicate the Perth wicket, the Adelaide wicket, the Brisbane wicket, the Sydney wicket. They've got different surfaces on it so the players can practice on different surfaces. Okay? Now, then there are 2 outside, and when there's a test match on, you can go out and watch them actually bat. There's some seats down there, and look down and you watch them bat. If you ever get a chance to do that, make sure you do it. It's amazing how hard top-level cricketers hit the ball. It's frightening. If you watch them do it here, you get a fair idea of how hard they actually hit the ball. Now, this pitch in front here is a bit different. The batter is down here. Men or women, lots of women train here as well in cricket teams. So the batter's down here, and up this end is a screen, and on the screen they project an image of a bowler coming in, and as the arm hits the top point, the ball comes flying out of a hole in the top of the screen. Okay? And the batter can say, I want the machine to give me a slow ball, I want the machine to give me a fast ball. But the machine is behind the screen. I'll just put the light on again. The 2006 Commonwealth Games are back, they're into the Cosby flop. Okay, that's 226. The world record now is 248. Women, 209. We've got an Australian woman jumper who's doing 203 at the moment, so she's getting up there. Okay, and right up the top you can see the pole vault. And right at the top of the pole vault you can see Steve Hooker. Steve Hooker won a gold medal in the pole vault at the Olympics, and that's how far he jumped. A long way up, isn't it? But I look at this and I think, how can anyone jump that high over the barn? It's a long way up. That's what they do. All right, let's go. In the stands. These are just the member stands over the years, the different member stands that they've had built here. Okay, up to this one here where we are at now. So they've had quite a few different stands just for the members. But when you look at 1853, someone said, well, the stands weren't much then. But as the years have progressed, they've got to this stage. Ground in test matches. So Bob Maley, back in the 20s, he took 9 for 121 at this ground in a test match. Now, Scott Boland, 2 years ago, took 6 for 7. Doesn't get up there because they consider that to be a better performance, taking all 9 wickets. Sarfraz from Pakistan. He had, at this ground, 9 for 86. But at one stage, he was 2 for 82. 2 for 82 ended up with 9 for 86. He took 7 wickets for 4 runs. He was about 6'6", very tall player, could swing the ball and reverse swing it. Australians don't play that very well, so they got cleaned up. Bob Cowper was a Victorian batter, batted in the test matches. Here, he made 307. That's the biggest score here in a test match by an Australian. And right down the bottom is Alastair Cook from England. Captain, 244 not out, the asterisk means it was not out. Batted all day. Fairly boring day's cricket from my point of view, but he made it and good on him. He removed Viv Richards from the board. The day after he made that run, during the test match, they put that sign up. They had it already up there before the game. This is Bradman's team from 1948. Went to England, toured England, never lost a game. They drew a few, but they didn't lose a game. It's the only team, I think, from Australia that's done that. They were called the Invincibles. They called them the Invincibles from that effort. Touring England, not to lose a game is a fair effort. Okay, so that's the Bradman team. Each quarter they ring the siren, stop the quarter, ring the siren to start the next quarter. So it's quite a busy area, and there are 2 red buttons there. Now the media, someone was asking about the media, they're through the same level, right through there. Now I did talk about the corporate boxes on this level, as you can see, but here in the members there are seats. It's the only part that's the seats on that for the members. Okay, let's get going. Princes, but you'll notice that HRH, Prince of Wales, King Charles III is already up there. They had it up nearly the next day already. Okay. You might say to me, how come some of these people are on there? I don't know, but it's as you. Says, if an older person comes up with their beer and they want to sit down, and you're a younger person, you get up and you let the older person sit down. That's a good one.
Put in place. Working out whether they've got an open stance, got a closed stance, they've got a bottom hand grip, top hand grip. What do they actually like to do? I like to try and find a weakness in the batter. Whether I haven't seen them, understand the slip, have a look. Working it out is my strength. And whenever I go to the top of the mark and say, right, I've got my plan, I've worked out what his weakness is. I look around my field, make sure that's all alright. Now it's about clearing the mind and about execution. Some days two of the things I used to always have to remind myself was think high, which was my arm, when I got a bit tired, forget my arm because I get a bit low, get that up a bit, and also spin up. And that was not spin the ball down, but spin the ball up, which would give it a little bit of shape, a curve, and a little bit of bounce. Sometimes it all came together. it.